We see it all online, people just starting out, learning how to tattoo, tattooing fruit, pigskin, tattooing themselves, tattooing their friends and family. There's nothing like tattooing. Purpose-built tattoo skin. I've lost count how many of these I've tattooed. I've just put a handful here. I must have tattooed thousands of these. And I've taught over 150,000 people how to tattoo using these artificial mats that are purposely built for learning how to tattoo. And because I've tattooed so many of them and I've taught so many people from around the world how to use them, I want to share with you 7 tips that is going to make your experience tattooing artificial mats and learning how to develop your skills in the fastest way possible. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, make sure you stick around because we're starting right now with tip number 1. So let's start off straight away with the mats themselves. This is one of the biggest mistakes that most people make, and it's because they're not the most cheapest thing in the world. I'll admit that, and everybody else knows that. But this is the thing that you do not want to scrape on. Now, there's the cheap ones on Amazon. There's even some well-known brands that the quality is quite cheap and that are actually overly priced in my mind. However, from trial and error, I always use Skins mats. Now, if you're wanting to check them out, we've got links in the description. This is not an advert for Skins as a brand. I'm just saying they're the best that I've used. So they're the ones that I recommend. They are like no other. Next, tip 2, and this one's going to save you the most money long term. Look at that mat. There is a tiny design just in the middle of the mat. Now, I've got an infinite supply of these mats, so I like them to look really tidy, and these are all done just for lessons, for follow-alongs. Anybody following my course, or even just watch the free stuff here on YouTube, we do a lot of drills. So you could do your designs like this, take photos, so you've got the memory and you can show everybody, look, this is what I'm capable of. But when you're drilling the drills to build muscle memory and improve a particular skill, be it line work or shading, use the mats and fill every single centimetre. Make the most of the mats. By end, they should almost be just coloured in black because you've hammered them that much. And then just save the odd ones for the fresh designs that you want to show off or put up on wall. But have training mats that are just for filling right up to the brim. Just quickly, if you found it useful and you're interested in drills, simple designs, full tutorials, a step-by-step curriculum, and been surrounded by like-minded people, check out our school community. Tip 3. Now, this is a different one, and it's a really hard one that people start off doing and then forget. And it really does punish you later on if you forget. Stretch the skin as if it were a human being. Now, again, if you're following the course, we really put an emphasis on stretching the skin, in particular when it comes to line work, so that bounce is as uniformed as possible. We all know you can literally not stretch at all on these mats and the ink goes in the exact same, but it's going to learn your bad habit. So I stress it on my course, and I want you guys to understand it as well for totally free. Pretend that it is a human being. Never tattoo without pulling or stretching the skin. Mimic as if you were tattooing a human, a real person paying you money and you're wanting to do the best job possible. Stretch the artificial mats. And that leads me on to tip number 4, making it as realistic as possible. Once you're at a stage where you're happy with the skills, the muscle memory is there, you're starting to develop your own style, then we need to start getting used to tattooing around a curve. Use the mat on something. It could be kitchen roll, it could be an artificial arm, but rather than tattooing the arm, just place your mat over it so it contours and takes the shape. This is going to be a vital step before you start tattooing people. Getting used to tattooing around an object rather than just flat on a table. So tip 5, it's almost like common sense, but so many people don't, and it's for people that are already tattooing people, in all fairness. They use customers as almost like guinea pigs, and I fell into this trap myself, and I'll openly admit that. But you're wanting to try a new needle or a new brand of inks, or even a new technique that you've been watching some of your favourite artists online and you think, oh, they're doing it like this, I'm going to try that next time. And then your customer walks in and you think, right, I'm going to try that new technique. But when you think about it, like honestly, is a paying customer, when that work is going to be on them for the rest of their life, the person and the place where you want to be experimenting? That, it just occurred to me. You should never be doing that, really. And I did it. I used to do that, and Most artists that I know do that. They're constantly changing the techniques and things like that, but using the actual customer as the guinea pig. And if it doesn't go right, or it's slightly below 100% of what they're capable, that to me doesn't sit well. So when I started tattooing these mats, teaching people how to learn online, I thought this is perfect, because when you're wanting to experiment and try new things, get the mat out and do it on the mat before the client. So that way, you're used to the new technique, you're used to the new brand of needles, you're used to the new ink. Everything is familiar then, and you are genuinely giving your customer that's paying you good money 100% every single time. Never leave it to chance. And before we get on to the last point, let me hit you with point 6, and this is a really important one. Clean your mats. So they're not the easiest thing to clean. Skins do a really good job. You can either just use tattoo ointment, a bit of baby oil, and the majority comes off straight away. However, so part of our online courses, I do assessments for people. They have to send pictures of their work in for me to say, yeah, that particular skill that we've been learning, you've got that now you're ready to move on to the next. Or if they've not, I give pointers, look, focus on this. And the amount of people that send work in and the mats are just covered in ink. Clean the mats. One, whilst you're tattooing, it's going to make life so much easier, and it directly translates onto people. You want a clean area so you can see, and again, so you're performing at your absolute best. But also when you're posting your work, the difference it makes from a lovely clean mat and then a clean tattoo compared to that same tattoo but then ink smudges fucking everywhere. It just looks messy, doesn't look clean, doesn't look hygienic, and it doesn't look tidy. Your customers take notice of those small things. They've not even cleaned mat. Alright, so that is a huge point. If you've understood all those tips, then you're ready to take this serious and you're ready for this final tip. It's the tip that is going to get you from just starting to the highest level in the shortest possible time. And I'll tell you why it's the most important tip, because it is the hardest one to actually follow. We're doing everything on fake skin, artificial mats. The product that I use is called Skins. It is so easy, and I mean so easy, to get carried away, to want to run before you walk, doing all of the fancy designs. Please don't. For even the first few months, depending on your learning curve, you want to be doing drills, straight lines, curved lines, circles, boxes that you shade in. And the boxes are almost like multi-use, because you've got to line them first, then you've got to shade. The reason why a drill is 10 times more valuable at the very beginning than a design is it hides nothing. If you're doing straight lines on a mat and there is even the smallest wobble, straight away your eyes are drawn to it, you can see it instantly. It forces improvement. Whereas on this design, just as an example, there's going to be a wobbly line in there somewhere, but looking at it, you can't really see it because the design itself hides any imperfections, because you're too busy looking at different things. Whereas if that was just rows of curved lines, you'd see any mistake straight away because it'd look different to the others. It is the hardest thing to do because, and trust me, I've been there, I can remember what it was like learning. You want to just do the stuff that looks the best. And for the first 3 years, I struggled because I was trying to do fucking portraits on first couple of months of opening my shop. Zero experience. It wasn't until I thought, hold on Ben, just take a step back and start at the beginning. Let's break this down and actually learn the craft. That I thought drills are the way to go. If you like that and you like these tips and you found them useful, please check the description. We've got a community on School now. We've moved platforms. It has been nothing but absolutely outstanding. The feedback has been incredible from everybody on the new platform. And you want to surround yourself with like-minded people that are all there to support each other, unlike any other group in the tattoo industry worldwide, and following a step-by-step curriculum where every lesson naturally progresses onto the next. And even more importantly, just makes sense. Then make sure you click the link, check it out, it costs nothing to look. But as always, listen, we appreciate every single one of you, especially if you're still listening to this. It means that you're the right type of person to learn. You're not just flicking through things, you're actually wanting to take in information, which is hard to find. I'll see you in the next one.